Well, it happened again. I got picked for another part in McKinney's Theater. This one's for Hector MacQueen in Murder on the Orient Express. I got about 2 minutes to get to our first rehearsal, so I'm going to head on in. We'll see how this one goes. Whole new cast, but a little bit of the same crew. Here we go. So we started with a simple script read where everyone just read their parts. A couple people were missing, but we got through it. It was real good. Then next rehearsal was a blocking rehearsal where we started to learn where we're going to be, a little bit about what the set's going to look like, and just starting to plan it out. After a couple more rehearsals, we've now blocked the entire play. It goes at about 10 pages per hour, so it took us about 3 rehearsals to block the entire play. But we're done, and that means it's going to go a lot faster from here on out and be a lot more fun because we won't be stopping and starting so much. And after the first time through blocking everything out, then we go back and go through it again and again and again. And we talk about the characters, what your motivation might be at different points, how you might be feeling, what you might be knowing, why you might be saying it the way you're saying it. And all of that layers in and just changes the performance just a little bit, changes your inflections, changes your emotion, and we just repeat that basically until we get to showtime or tech week. And so we're going to keep doing that, but we're going to take a quick interlude. Hey, cast party! Hey, we got everybody here! It's the wrong... Wait, this is the wrong cast. This is the cast from my last play. Oh no, I went to the wrong... Wait, how did this happen? Oh well, check the video, look around, there's a link here or down in the description, and uh-oh. Well, back to the other one. And then, photos. This time we did something a little different and went to a photo studio that was nearby for the photographer to use. It was a little easier on them, not any more difficult for us, and we got to see at least parts of the costumes that we're going to be wearing. These were for photos, and so it was more to make the photo look good, not necessarily to make it look good on stage. So we will probably tweak the costumes a little bit, although 95% of it is probably the same as what we'll be wearing for the actual play. Fun times. A few rehearsals in, we had a fight choreographer come in and teach people how to do the fighting scenes. They're not really fighting scenes, but any scene where 2 actors interact has to be choreographed and made sure that all the actors are comfortable. And so this expert came in and helped teach everybody. It was really interesting to watch. I didn't have any fights myself, but I feel like I learned a lot just by watching her teach everyone else how to do their fights. Every rehearsal from this point on required what is called fight call, which is where everyone who has one of these scenes gets together, does their scene, and actually practices all of these interactions. Even though you've done them before, you have to do it again for someone just to make sure everybody's comfortable. If someone's not comfortable, they could do a different choreography for that show, or they just not do it at all. So from here on out, there was always a fight call about half an hour before the show or rehearsal would start. It's not required that the other actors watch that fight call, but it was interesting to watch whenever I could. So now it's been a couple more weeks since I last recorded anything. We're just repeating stuff now over and over again. So we're doing a scene, or we're doing the whole act 1, or we're doing the whole act 2. We're just trying to memorize lines and get off book, and it's going pretty well. Everybody's getting their parts down. It's some big parts, some small parts, and it's working out. So it's just repetition at this point. The next big thing will be actually getting on stage. Well, that was fun. We just did a rehearsal on the stage. First time we've been on the stage, and very different than being in some little room. And we got to experience the space, and there was some lighting and some sound cues and some props, and yeah, felt very different, but a lot of fun. It really makes it feel like you're putting on a play when you're actually on a stage. Crazy how that works. Even before we started rehearsal, our set designer, Dave Tenney, had been working to design a stage that could be modular enough that we could take it down every weekend, but that we could also rebuild it in just a couple hours. The first time building it took a little longer, but after it was done, it gave a great sense of a train while still giving full visibility to the audience. It was a really ingenious design, and you'll see more of it throughout the rest of the video. The dressing room also got set up, and we got our final costumes all in place. Ooh, look, there's a spot for me. First real dress rehearsal tonight. So with the stage, with the props, with the costumes, no makeup, went pretty well. I would say it was a really good first run. We only have 2 more dress rehearsals, and then we'll have a very small set of people for our last dress rehearsal. So here we go. Dress rehearsal, another dress rehearsal, another dress rehearsal, until we start to have a little bit of an audience. Opening night, just did a toast. It was real nice. Everybody said some nice things, but we gotta go out and do a show. So sometimes in the middle of the play, you have a few minutes where you're not going out on stage, and so you can basically go back to the dressing room and kind of sit there for a few minutes. So that's one of these times right now. So I just basically sit here and I listen for certain words to start happening, and I know the play well enough that I can go out when it's my time. So you gotta be quiet because I can kind of hear it. First intermission of his first show, this guy.
Yeah.
How you doing?
It's been a pleasure. It's been awesome, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
Cool.
Playing the dead guy.
Dead guy number 1.
That's it.
Here we are, first Saturday. We're doing 3 weekends, so it's gonna be kind of a long day. We got people getting ready. Saul in his pajamas, sleeping on the job. Well, now we've gotten through the weekend, and MRT requires that we take this all down because there's somebody else using it on Sunday. So we'll be taking this all down and storing it, and then rebuilding it Thursday night. After rebuilding the set, we sit around and do a line through. We did this each time we rebuilt the set, and it was nice to just refresh our lines after having nearly a week off. It went pretty well. We did it. Sold out crowd. They're all here to see Saul, right?
No, stop.
Bucampuro. It's yeah. Arbuthnot, the Colonel. He's the Turkish waiter at the moment. He will be Michelle later. And McQueen, I'm here. No one ever expects McQueen. Hopefully you can tell we have a lot of fun backstage, not just with the other actors, but with all of the crew that makes this happen. It takes a lot of people. There's the director, the assistant director, the stage manager, the set designer, the lighting designer, the sound designer, the costume designer, the fight choreographer, the lighting tech, the sound tech, the period costume consultant, our sign language interpreter. Yes, that's right, we had a deaf interpreter for one of the performances. We have interns, we have stage crew that help put it all together. Plus there's the photographer and the ushers and the people that just work in the building. It's a lot of people, but on this show we all got along great, and it was a lot of fun just interacting and meeting new people and just making something amazing together. And it really does take a lot of people. It's more than just the people that you see in the show. In fact, all the actors and the director from the last show I was in all came to see me in this show, and I can prove it. Here they are. Oh, look who it is. Hey! Hey! Hey, it's Lydia! Hey! Rumors reunion! Hey, how's it going? The rumors. Amy came, and she's on crutches, so why weren't you here? Yeah, okay. Hey, it's Ken. Rumors. Good job. Nice job. That was a great show. I'm
glad you enjoyed the show.
Are we doing a selfie? Oh, okay.
It's a video. Hey, we did it. Well, here we are. It's the last day, last Saturday. It's gonna be busy. You got 2 shows, and we got to clean up afterwards, which is always fun. So join me and Eric as we go through the last 2 shows of Murder on the Orient Express. Doing 2 shows in one day means you're getting your makeup on, performing, meeting and greeting people afterwards, then resetting the stage, getting something to eat, and doing it all over again. And that can be a lot to do twice in one day. And before the very final performance, we all wanted to say goodbye to each other because we knew afterwards we'd be tired and ready to go home and we'd be tearing the stage down. And so we did our goodbyes right before the last performance. Everybody's signing books, signing scripts, having a great little time. And just as quickly as it started, it's over. The last 2 shows went really well, had some more friends show up. It was awesome to see people, and they really enjoyed the show. Then it was a lot of tearing it down and cleaning up the stage. I was never a big yearbook person in school, either didn't have yearbooks or didn't do the whole signing thing, but it was really fun to get people to sign your copy of the play, just because you never know where people will end up, and maybe you'll be able to look back maybe 5, 10, 15 years from now. I'll say, you know what, I did a play with them and that was awesome, and I'm so glad they're doing well now. Wish everybody the best. If you were in the play or you were in the crew or anybody, you were awesome to work with. I hope I get to work with you again. It was a great show. And who knows, maybe McKinney will do this show again in a few years and get the old crew back together. We'll just have to see how it goes. But check it out. It's a great play. And if you've thought about auditioning for local theater, check that out. If you want to see what Rumors was like and all these people that that came to see the play, want to see some backstage of that, check out that video and look around in your community theater for some places to participate. As always, stay curious and have a good one.